Hello there, everybody. This is Mel Allen. Hear ye, the sensational sounds of baseball.
The Brewers beat the White Sox 5-4 at Comiskey Park, and the Milwaukee Brewers have won 13 games without a loss.
The one we tell everybody is hum baby can apply to anything. It's an adjective to use for a great play or a great hit or a great pitching performance or a pretty girl or a nice car.
The 3-0 pitch. Swing a long drive. There it is. Number 500. The career 500th home run for Michael Jack Smith.
I'm here today to turn this around, and I think with the help of the overrated and not such a big deal after all, Montreal Expos, the Cubs will triumph today.
Right here, as we make the call on This Week in Baseball. Now in our second decade.
I watch This Week in Baseball, mainly because I'm forced to. It's on this Fanavision at the stadium every time we have a rain delay.
The cup is overflowing as the Milwaukee Brewers rise to a record. Bubbling over Milwaukee fans turned out at the airport to welcome home the Brewers following a 6-game road trip that saw the Brew Crew continue their season-opening winning ways.
I'll tell you, there's a lot of good things happening with our club right now, and pitching's good, the hitting's good, the defense has been good. We're just riding a real emotional high right now. We're just going to try to keep it going as long as we possibly can.
What do you think of the reception here?
Oh, outstanding. We need that all year, and I know we're going to get it this year, too.
Beginning a homestand, the Brewers were attracting attention far beyond the confines of County Stadium. With 2 victories over Texas, Milwaukee raised its record to a remarkable 11-0. The next day, the eyes of Texas were downcast again when Rob Deere connected on a game-tying home run in the bottom of the 9th. It was the second homer of the game for Deere and his Major League leading 7th of the season, and it kept alive Brewer hopes of surpassing Oakland's American League mark of 11 wins from the season start. Dale Swaim soon took care of that.
A swing and a fly ball, right field and deep. Get up and get out of here. Gone for Swaim, and they've done it again. 12 in a row on a 2-run blast by Swaim to win it. Oh, my goodness. Holy cow, do you believe it?
Yeah, I'm a believer, and the dream continued down the road to Chicago. Brewer fans by the busload journeyed to Comiskey Park as their club closed in on the Atlanta Braves Major League mark for season-opening wins.
Danny Plesac trying to give the Brewers a share of the record. The team that left Milwaukee holds the record. The team in Milwaukee watched the record. The swing and a miss. Plesac has his 5th save. The Brewers beat the White Sox 5-4 at Comiskey Park. And the Milwaukee Brewers have won 13 games without a loss.
The next night, manager Tom Trebelhorn hoped to orchestrate a little bit of history. But a reversal of fortune lay ahead for the Brew Crew. The White Sox went up 7-1, putting away Milwaukee's record hopes.
Strike 3 swinging. The streak is over. Even fairy tales have a moral. I guess you can't win them all.
Meanwhile, in New York, the Yankees are staying close by earning their stripes as the stars shine brightly. The Yankees' galaxy of established stars have helped the club put together a 9-game winning streak. But it's the performance of another, rather less heralded source that's really knocking out the opposition.
We went out in the winter and got the pitchers that we needed, got the arms that we needed to fill some holes in the pitching staff, and put that together with the offensive team we have. We're going to be tough to beat.
Well, maybe, especially if Charles Hudson's early returns are any indication. After struggling in the Philly organization, Hudson has made a splash in New York, winning 3 times without a loss. Coming to New York armed and ready, Hudson struck out 20 in 22 innings. Rick Rhoden won 15 games in Pittsburgh last year. Not easy. This season, he's wearing pinstripes, has already fashioned 2 victories and 3 decisions. But the man really leaving him standing still is Yankee bullpen ace Dave Righetti. In 8 appearances, 2 wins, 5 saves. The early season pitching has come through, and that's good news in New York as the Yanks pursue the Brew Crew. Now, this week's quiz brought to you by the 1988 Chevy full-size pickup, a whole new animal from the heartbeat of America, today's Chevy trucks. Tom Trebelhorn guided the Brewers to a season-opening 13 straight wins, and that strong start has their fans dreaming of World Series glory. That would make Trebelhorn one of the rare first-year skippers to win a series title. Can you name the last rookie manager who did so? It was a major victory. A major league milestone. The Phillies' Mike Schmidt enters a magic circle. In over 14 years of big league play, Mike Schmidt has established himself as one of the game's most dominant and consistent sluggers. Recently against the Pirates in Pittsburgh, the Phillies trailed the Bucks by 2. At the plate was Mike Schmidt, about to join an elite handful of baseball greats and win a ball game, all with one swing.
The 3-0 pitch. Swing and long drive. There it is. Number 500. The career 500th home run for Michael Jack Schmidt. And the Phillies have regained the lead at Pittsburgh, 8-6. And the Phillies dugout comes swarming out to home plate.
It's going to mean a lot to me throughout my life, the fact that I've hit 500 home runs. If you're known as a home run hitter throughout your career, well, it's awful nice to add the fact that you've hit 500 of them to that.
Mike Schmidt broke into the major leagues at the age of 22. Since then, he's grown right along with the game. Always focused, Schmidt knew that milestones are an accumulation of memories rather than one moment in isolation.
They're only special to me at certain times, you know. I guess when you may be sitting around having a beer or two with some people and you're talking about people who have set records, I'll always have a couple of records, you know, which not many people have. Seems like all of a sudden there they are, you know. Hey, I mean, I can remember hitting my 200th home run off of Vida Blue in Candlestick Park.
This will be a payoff pitch from Vida Blue to Mike Schmidt, and it's hit in the air to center field. Herndon is retreating, going way back. It's going, and this one is gone for a home run. Over the center field fence for Mike Schmidt, and that is home run number 200 in his career.
I hit the 300th home run off of Mike Scott in Shea Stadium.
3-1 pitch to him. Swing a long drive. Number 300 for Michael Jack. Way out of here.
2-1 pitch to him, swing and a high towering fly ball to deep center field. Landreau at the fence leaps up, and he can't get it. Is out of here. Home run, Michael Jack. His 400th lifetime.
I'll always remember crossing home plate and having the announcer announce that I just hit my 400th, and welcoming from a team, and then again getting called out of the dugout. That's one of the milestones of my career, which I'll always remember.
Only 14 men in history have hit 500 home runs, but for Schmidt, this cherished milestone is not an end in itself.
I still have some playing time left, and I hopefully, when I get out of the game, can get to a point where there's even a much more select group that played at the level that I played in. And I don't know whether you call that pride, desire, showmanship, ego. I don't know. I don't label it with anything other than I love to play, and I would love to get better.
Well, here's to you, Michael Jack. Congratulations. In San Francisco, the city's going crazy. Everybody's fired up about those hum babies. The focus of attention in the city by the Bay has been the quick start of the Giants, standing tall again in the National League West. Winning 11 of their first 15 games, Roger Craig's ball club has continued to build on the potential shown last season. Significantly, of those 11 victories, 9 have come by a one-run margin. That harkens back to 1978, when a Giants team led by Joe Altobelli set a major league record with 42 one-run victories, and Candlestick was often set aflame.
2-0 pitch. Hit deep to left. Way back. Way back. Way back. Way back. A grand slam. Mike Ivey, grand slam.
This year, the fires have kept burning bright by a baseball catchphrase that has caught on from San Jose to that ballpark by the bay.
Hum baby.
The driving force and head hum baby is manager Roger Craig, and he's got the whole ball club humming his tune once they figured out what it meant.
My interpretation of hum baby is when I used to be a catcher in the Pee Wee League. And hum baby, hum baby, hum baby, hum baby, you know, that was my interpretation. Hum baby can apply to anything. It's an adjective to use for a great play or a great hit or a great pitching performance or a pretty girl or a nice car. It's kind of like a little man sits here on you got a bad one over on your left shoulder and a good one on your right shoulder. The hum baby is a good one on your right shoulder.
Never giving up, always thinking that we were in a ball game, and always having the ability to explode.
I got a lot of hum babies on my club.
A club that keeps humming on strong. Now, let's open the notebook for This Week in Baseball's TWIB notes from around the National League. Overture in Montreal, opening day at the Big O, which after 11 years finally has a roof atop it. And how about a brand new applause meter? That meter probably wasn't too high after Philadelphia's Lance Parrish snubbed the new dome by raining on the Expos parade with a ninth-inning homer to give the Phillies a lead. That certainly sounded good to the Phils, but Expo skipper Buck Rogers could have skipped that as well as what followed with Glenn Wilson at bat. Going, it is gone. And the Expos are sent to their first loss at home beneath the dome. In Pittsburgh, big news in a Pirates game against the Mets. In the top of the ninth, New York leading 9-6. Wally Backman batting, 2 runners in scoring position. And what happened next was a first for the Mets in 16 years.
3 balls, 2 strikes, pitch to Backman, bouncer to the right side. Johnny Ray coming in. He looks Carter back to third. Now the throw, they got to Strawberry and a run down between second and third. They got the out at first base. Gonzalez chasing Strawberry. They got out number 2. They got a chance for a triple play. Gonzalez to Ortiz. Ortiz chasing Carter back toward third. Ortiz tags him, triple play.
Wow. Now, let's check out the answer to this week's quiz. In 1961, Ralph Houck was tapped to succeed Casey Stengel as Yankee manager. And the Major led New York to 109 wins and a World Series victory over Cincinnati in his very first year. Of course, not every rookie skipper could boast the likes of the M&M boys in his lineup. That season, Houck got plenty of support with 54 home runs from Mickey Mantle and a record-setting 61 from Roger Maris. Ladies and gentlemen, what you're about to see represents a new departure in the annals of sports broadcasting. In the comedic tradition of This Week in Baseball, we present Bill Murray, who recently teamed up with Chicago Cubs announcer Steve Stone. We believe Mr. Murray is the game's first off-color commentator, and we should point out that the views represented are solely his own because he's even funnier than we are.
I'm here today to turn this around, and I think with the help of the overrated and not such a big deal after all, Montreal Expos. The Cubs will triumph today. A beautiful day here at the true Wrigley Building at the corner of Clark and Addison. Today it's baseball, the Cubs and the Expos. Starting for the Expos in left field, Casey Candel. He's no good. In right field is Mitch Webster. He's no good. At first is Andre, how would you folks at home say that name? Andre Galarraga. I don't think there's any question, but the names on the Cubs are a lot easier to pronounce, and they seem to be more like baseball players' names. The almighty Chico Walker in left field. Come on, let's hear it for him. Come on, everybody up. Chico Walker, come on. Ryan Sandberg, come on, let's hear it for him. Andre Dawson. Come on, I know he was an Expo, but he's okay now. Come on. Frankly, I love the O Canada national anthem because there's only like 10 words to it, and I wish they'd let me sing it. It's one of the goofiest national anthems I've ever heard. It makes the national anthem of the United States sound like Beethoven's Ninth. It's just ridiculous. They've only got 5 words in the song, and they just keep saying them over and over again. And I hope you Canadian folks call up and say something to whoever's in charge in your country about that theme song here. The real problem today is that there's a delay because of the umpires getting dressed. Now, what is it that umpires do when they dress? I mean, how many problems can they have? It's basically the one color that they're wearing, right? It's not like they're holding up different sport coats in front of the mirror and saying, well, Jocko, what do you think of this look? I mean, what do you think? That does not look like a man who has a lot of trouble deciding what to wear. I bet he doesn't have a closet that's half full.
There is Eric Gregg.
I think the picture speaks for itself, folks. Now, wait a second. There's Jamie Moyers. The kid almost pitched a no-hitter. Get that guy away from him. He could fall.
Pitching coach Larry Barnard out to talk with Floyd Yeomans. It's
hit the road, Barnard, will you? Hey, meat, back in the dugout. You got something to say, yell it, will you? He's delaying the game. That's, I think that's annoying. I find that annoying. Well, he's been hitting the ball good, hasn't he?
Runner going.
Go.
Oh,
Get
well
out.
hit to left
Get
center
going.
field.
Get out.
Way
Get out.
back.
Yes.
You can forget it. It's gone. Home run. Jody Davis, his second home run of the year. How about that one?
Shaka Onobro. Shaka Onobro.
Everybody on their feet here in Wrigley Field.
Come on, let's hear it for him. What a success story. That sweet kid from Georgia hit one into the stands. Oh, that was sweet. The Cubs are going to take their first win at home, and the fans are standing up to appreciate it.
Louder! Scream louder!
Come on, Rick.
Good night! Goodbye, everybody! Wahoo! Wahoo, McDaniel!
Well, thank God they won. I mean, the most horrible sound of my youth was listening to Jack Brickhouse after the game, and that sound of people popping empty cups, turning them upside down and popping them after a Cub loss. It haunted me, and all I hoped was that I wouldn't have to hear that sound today. Instead, we've got a bunch of ugly people down here just screaming and hollering because the Cubs won.
How about that? A job well done by Mrs. Murray's little boy, Bill. But you know, things don't always go so smoothly. Getting into the flow isn't all that easy, and sometimes even the best intentioned thoughts get turned upside down.
Roscoe came in and finished out the ball game a little shaky. Didn't get a save because of the rules. He did not pitch 3 innings, and he came in without the on-deck batter being a batter that he would face in his next approach to pitching to the hitters.
Excuse me?
Hi, I'm Peter Gavetta of the Texas Rangers. Catch all the Major League action on this week. No, on what?
This is Dan Gladden.
And this is Robbie Thompson.
We never...
Catch all the action of Major League Baseball. No.
Hi, I'm Mike Scott of the Houston Astros. Catch all the action of this week. Hey, let me see that again. I'll never get through this.
We never miss This Week in Baseball on this station. On this station or channel?
Station.
This station. God, I'm having trouble with this one.
Get Bert Convy for this stuff.
Hitters are not really going to know him. Thanks.
You don't know where the ball is going. But if this guy don't get behind me, I'm going to hit him in the head with this bat.
I can't think of anything else that I really want to talk about.
The reason I'm telling you this is because I know you won't show it.
We never watch This Week in Baseball, so don't you watch it.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
But hey, wait a minute, man. A joke's a joke, but sometimes you've got to be a little careful. And speaking of careful, that's what Cincinnati's Dave Parker hopes to be a little more of after a recent escapade into the dark side of the snatch catch.
Fly ball right field. It should end the inning. Dave Parker there for the catch.
He dropped the ball. Thomas heading for third, and he will go in sliding. And there is something that you will very, very seldom see.
Now, this week's flashback, brought to you by Gatorade Thirst Quencher. Gatorade is thirst aid for that deep-down body thirst. Dave Parker would probably like to forget a steamy July night in Cincinnati last year when Keith Hernandez batted with the Mets trailing the Reds by 2. New York had 2 on, 2 out, bottom of the ninth.
And he hits it to right field. Parker going back. He drops the ball. Both runs score. Hernandez to second, and the game is tied. Unbelievably, Dave Parker drops the final out of the ball game. and the Mets tied the game on the error.
Definitely not a rosy moment for the Reds, nor for either team was this brawl that broke out between Ray Knight and Eric Davis, a brawl that led to ejections and the game's first protest.
I kind of protested the ball game because I didn't think it was fair for a guy to come off their bench and get in a fight with one of my regular players. Their player was of no consequence, but mine was a regular player, and it limited my bench. I'd already made a number of moves to get it back in the ball game, so I now only had 7 everyday players. So I had to put a pitcher in the outfield, and so I used my 2 short men. I'd seen Whitey Herzog do it earlier in the year with a left-hander in Morrell, and I thought it would be interesting to try.
In extra innings, manager Johnson pulled strings like a puppeteer. Reliever Roger McDowell changed gloves for the outfield, switching off with Jesse Orosco. Meanwhile, Red manager Pete Rose questioned the legality of the multiple switches. But in the outfield, McDowell came away empty-handed.
I finally get a fly ball to left field, and I'm sitting there camped under it, and Lenny steps on my foot to get the fly ball. Not only scared me, but he didn't want me to drop it. He didn't have a lot of faith in me.
More faith in McDowell as a pitcher, and no choice when it came to a line shot for Jesse Orosco during his outfield stint. Later in the 12th, Howard Johnson delivered his own version of an uncatchable ball.
And he hits it deep to right field. Parker going back. It's Tater time. This ball's out of here. Howard Johnson with a 3-run home run, and the Mets lead 6-3.
That's the way it stayed going into the Reds' final at bat. Finishing up in his accustomed spot, Roger McDowell got the win, and the pennant-bound Mets came away with a victory on that steamy night. Well, that's all for now, folks. See you next week on This Week in Baseball.